Good afternoon and welcome to Social Media Marketing, Part 4. I am Maggie. I am going to be your trainer this afternoon, where we will be discussing Facebook ads. We will also be discussing Instagram ads and Facebook Marketplace. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. So please remember, of course, that we do have recordings available on youtube.com/Miami Trainers. We also have recordings available on MiamiRealtorsLive.com. And I saw that Connie went into the chat and she shared all of the links and all of the contact information. Okay, so you can definitely use those. Remember that this is social media month, and so every day in the month of May, you've been receiving via email a quick tip, a recording from your trainers showing you how to use certain products and services so that you can enhance your social media. So we do have some products and services that make it really easy for you to create wonderful marketing materials that you can then post to social media. And if you're posting to Facebook, from there you can actually create really wonderful ads using those materials. So today what I'd like to show you is a little bit of how to search for OK to advertise. We do have an entire set of new and updated classes coming in June, which is going to be the month where we focus on what is free from Miami. And so this is just kind of a taste. And if you're more interested in learning about OK to advertise, I would highly recommend you look for those classes on the calendar and that you register, and they're coming up in June, which is already next week. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the gateway, and I'm going to show you how to look for OK to advertise. So when you're looking for OK to advertise, there are 4 different responses you will see. If it's blank, that means that the broker for that office has not yet gone in to set it up, because it always starts with the broker. But there are 4 responses that you could potentially see. No, which means they're not interested in allowing their listings to be marketed or promoted by other agents. Yes, with attribution means that somewhere on the materials that you create, you need to put listing courtesy of and the office that it came from. Yes, attribution not required, which means you can go ahead and promote and you don't have to worry about adding in the phrase that gives credit to the original brokerage. And then the other option would be with written approval, which means you would need to get permission in writing, and then you can go ahead and promote it. If you need to get that permission in writing, you can come to MiamiRealtors.com, click on MLS, and I always use Control F or Command F to find what I'm looking for, since there's so much information here, a lot of great information. But here it is, written permission to advertise. Click, and you can use this form, send it to the listing broker and agent so that you can get permission before you advertise. So those are your 4 options. I do have like a little blurb that spells this out. So I'm going to go ahead and just give me 1 second. I'm going to share it in the chat so that you can see it in writing. There you go. So this is social media month. You have been receiving those social media tips. I saw that Connie shared with you the link to our social media page with resources and also our social media tips. So you can use both of those links to visit for more info. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Matrix. And what I would do is I would search for listings that say OK to advertise in my market. If I don't have listings, especially now that it's a seller's market and inventory is a little low, I am searching for, transactions or deals. And so I want to make sure that I attract buyers if I don't have listings. So I can go ahead and I can actually promote listings that are not my own, as long as I stay within the parameters of what I just described from OK to advertise. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I would do is go to my searches, click on RE1, RE2, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says additional fields. I click on add or add remove. Let me see if I can get my pointer to highlight. So I click on add or add remove, depending on whether or not you already have fields added. And I'm going to search for the field titled OK to advertise. There it is. I can click on it and go ahead and add it in. Once you're done adding in your fields, you click on the button that says back at the bottom left. And it's going to be on here. So for me, it's toward the bottom. Here are the 4 options that I mentioned. No, yes, attribution required, yes, attribution not required, or with written broker approval. There is a little question mark. If I click on it, it's just going to give you a little bit of an explanation. If you forget, this is going to remind you what each of these options mean. So if I don't want to worry about having to write in listing courtesy of or asking for permission, I'm going to look for yes, attribution not required. Okay, I'm going to select that. Now let's say my market is in Weston. I'm going to look for those active listings, single family, single. I'm going to put city of Weston. And there is one listing in Weston that says yes, attribution not required. So I can go ahead and I can use my products and services to market this property and post to social media. And then from Facebook, I can use that post to create an ad. So I'm going to go to the results. Okay, here it is. Perfect. Attribution not required. I can go ahead and create flyers. Now, we are going to have an okay to advertise class where we're going to discuss this a little more, but you can go ahead and then go to RPR and create a flyer. You can go into Agent 3000 to create a listing collage, a flyer, a single property website. You can go to Proxio, locate the property, and take the Proxio page dedicated to that property and its listing details and post that. I'm just going to use one of my favorites, which happens to be Agent 3000. So I'm going to go ahead and take this MLS number right here. I'm just going to copy it. Go to the gateway and open up Agent 3000. Okay, here it is. Now on Agent 3000, I can create a listing collage. I can create a flyer. I can create a single property website. I can create all three. And remember that on Facebook, I can schedule my posts. And once they're scheduled, I can then create ads from them. So there's a few different ways that you can create ads. But I'm going to go ahead and let's say I wanted to use the listing collage post. I did talk about Agent 3000 in part 2. We go to social media tools. We're going to click on listing collage post. It asks for the MLS number. I'm going to paste that in. Click on it. Accept the terms. I agree. Okay, and then I'm going to take 5 of my favorite pictures of the listing. All right, we're going to make sure to put in those wonderful pictures of the backyard and then maybe this aerial shot. Okay, we click create collage. There it is. All right, now I'm going to post this to Facebook. I click on the F for Facebook. Make sure once you've clicked on that Facebook icon, there where it says share to newsfeed or story, you change and switch to share on a page that you manage. Okay, we don't want to post it to our personal account. We want to post it to our business page. Now, when you say something about the property, remember you are not going to say anything to make it seem like it is your listing because it is not. But you can say, look at this beautiful property in Weston. For more information, contact me. Okay. I'm enticing people to come to class. So I'm just going to put sign up for an Agent 3000 class to learn more about how to create these wonderful collages. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and post it to Facebook. Anything that you have posted to Facebook can then be turned into an advertisement. So let me show you how. This is my Facebook business page. I logged into Facebook. I clicked on this little flag where the business pages are, and I clicked on my business page. Okay, let me refresh just to make sure that it is posted. Okay, there it is. Now remember the listing collage post is interactive, so a person can click on this and see more information about the listing. They're going to see all the pictures, all the details, etc. But I want to turn this into my ad. I already did the work, so why am I going to work twice as hard? We're going to work smarter, not harder. So we created this beautiful marketing for this listing. We already know that we're okay to do that because it said, yes, attribution not required. I posted it on Facebook. Let's go ahead and turn this post into an advertisement. You'll notice that at the bottom right, it says boost post. It's a blue button. I click on boost post and it is going to take me into basically like a widget that walks you step by step through the process. you're gonna see that it says goal automatic. Let Facebook select the most relevant goal based on your settings. If you click on change, you can decide, do you want to use this to get more leads, to get more messages, to get more engagement by getting people to like it, to comment, to share it? Do you want to get more visitors to your website, or do you want to get more phone calls? Okay, so you decide if you're going to leave it as automatic or if you would like to select one of these. The button, if you notice on the right hand side, I do have a preview of what this ad will look like, and the button right now says send message. So if someone's interested, they can immediately send me a message on Facebook Messenger. But you also have other options. So if I click, I can remove the button. I can say book now, learn more, shop now, sign up, get directions, send message, send WhatsApp message, call now. Now, because I have it set to Facebook Messenger, you do have the option to edit the welcome message. As I was mentioning, you can edit the message. So when you say edit welcome message, it's just like an auto-generated message. And then you can also set it up with frequently asked questions. Okay, so just it kind of guides the person if they don't know what to say, or prompt them so that you can get more information from them. You are always going to mark that this is a special ad category. If you read closely, it does say that any ads about credit, employment, housing, or social issues, elections, or politics are considered special ads. And so because this is real estate related and you are a real estate agent, a realtor, you're always going to mark this. Where it says ad category selected, you would mark that this is related to housing. Again, if you read closely, it says that ads for real estate listings, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities falls under housing. Okay. Once you have selected your special ad category, you can tailor your audience. I already have an audience that have been created previously, but there's a small pencil and I can click on it. Again, the fine print does tell you that audience selection options are unavailable. Some of them are unavailable or limited in special ad categories, which yours will always be. And so there are certain limitations in order to avoid creating something that could potentially be discriminatory. Okay, we're going to be limited to a certain extent. You click on the pencil to edit your audience. Okay, it is only going to allow you to select all genders. Age, they don't let you edit either. So if you notice, if I try to click and move these around, I can't. Location, I can. So this is in Weston. And so I'm going to maybe mark it to Weston and Southwest Ranches. So that area around Weston. I click on Weston, it will automatically add 15 miles. So a 15-mile radius around Weston, and I cannot edit that. So that is the smallest radius. I can increase the radius, okay, but I cannot make it any smaller than 15 miles. And now I could continue to add locations. So if I wanted to add Southwest Ranches, I click, same thing, it's gonna add 15 miles. Detailed targeting. So detailed targeting, if you click on browse, these are the different interests. And if you scroll, you'll notice there are quite a few. These are the different interests that you can check off, meaning it's going to tailor the audience to those who have shown some sort of interest in these different activities, in these different areas. So what I would do is I would go ahead and I would say real. So anyone who's interested in real estate. If you noticed, it also said real estate. There was one that said real estate property, development, appraisal, economics, entrepreneur. Okay. You can also do, let's say, first time buyer. Okay. You can do, if someone has been using those big name brand locations to look for properties, right? And you can start to add in those interests. Again, you're reaching specific audiences by targeting or looking at specific interest activities or pages that they already follow or have looked at. Okay, we're done choosing our detailed targeting. Okay, and at the very bottom, you'll notice it's going to tell you if your audience is too specific or too broad. Obviously, we want to keep this needle gauge right in the middle in the green area. It's saying my potential reach is fewer than 1,000 people, and there isn't an exact audience definition available. I'm going to save my audience. Okay, immediately they're telling me there's an error and I need to select a broader audience. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take some of these detailed targeting off, okay, and see if that'll do the trick. Nope, it's still giving me an error. Duration, you're going to choose how long you would like this ad to run. Once it's approved, it starts running from that moment. You have your end date here. You can run the ad on a schedule where you use your business hours and it only runs during your business hours. There's a small I explaining or letting me know, reminding me what I said as my business hours. Or you can set your own custom hours and say, I want my ad to run on weekends only. Okay, and you can set your time zone and the hours. This is new. Before, it used to just start on the day that your ad was approved and it ran for 5 consecutive days from that point onward. Now they're allowing you to edit that a little bit more. You have your total budget is $10. And then it's going to be placed on Facebook, Messenger, and Instagram because my Facebook business page and my Instagram professional accounts are already linked. If you're using Facebook Pixel, you can go ahead and turn this on. Facebook Pixel is going to track traffic basically, much like Google does. So you can use that. You have your ad preview. If you want to see how it's going to look on Messenger, you can click on see all previews and see how it's going to look on Facebook, on a computer, on a mobile device, on Instagram, and on Messenger. You would get an estimated daily results, so how many people would be reached on a daily basis. And then you would click on the button at the bottom that says boost post now. And that's it. Your ad would start running. Okay. Now you do have other options for ads. On the left-hand side, it says, where is it? Ad Center. When I click on Ad Center, I get a dashboard letting me know the summary of what's occurred in the last 60 days, or I can change it to see what's occurred in the last week, the last month, the last 60 days, or the last 90 days. Okay. If I have any ads that are currently running, I would see them here where it says ads, and I can go ahead and create ad. If I wanted to create another one, on the right-hand side, you have the create ad button again. You have your preferences, your audiences, if you want to just create those and save those. And then you have the boost post option again. If I click on create ad, these are going to be templates basically that walk me through the process of creating an advertisement. So there are automated ads. There are ads that have been created to get more website visitors, to get more messages, to get more leads, to get more calls, boost a post, boost an Instagram post, because again, my accounts are linked, to promote my page or to promote my business locally. If you have also created events and they are still active and have not occurred yet, you would get an option to boost an event. So you can create an event for your open houses, your workshops, post that event to your Facebook business page, and then boost that event so that you can get more people to attend. Okay. Most of them will work the same way. So we already went through boost a post. Boost an Instagram post will work the same exact way. It's going to give me my list of Instagram posts. Let me click on it. I would then choose the post that I want to boost. And I would repeat the process that we saw earlier. Okay. Let me get out of here. You also have promote your page so that you can get more followers on Facebook. Okay, and when you promote your page, you are going to have a description which can be edited. You have enhancements, which will just automatically make it look better. It'll fit it and tailor it to suit the ad. You are always going to say special ad category, housing. You can tailor your audience. Again, you can decide how you would like this to run and when. Do you want it to the ad to run continuously, or do you want to choose an end date? And then on the right hand side, you can see the previews for the ad the estimated number of people who would be reached, and the estimated, in this case, because it's to get more people to like my page, I see an estimate of how many likes I would get from this ad. You can always tailor the amount of money that you want to spend. And obviously, if you spend more money, you're going to see more results for the most part. So for just $5 a day, which is a total of $25, and please read everything, every bit of fine print on Facebook, because you see the $5 really prominent here, which makes it seem like that's what you might be paying, but it says daily budget here, and on the right hand side it says total budget is 5 times 5 days, which is $25. Okay, so for $25 I could get 14 to 15 new likes, and from there, let's say 2 people decide they want to contact me because they're interested in selling or buying, I now have 2 potential new clients. Okay, now you also have Get More Leads. Get More Leads is a little different. The other ones are a little more straightforward. So with Get More Leads, what it does is, if you look on the right hand side, it produces like a little form that people have to fill out, and it captures lead information that way. Now the lead information, when you get a new lead, they're not going to notify you. You have to come in here and kind of click around the ad center and figure out where they are. If you decide to use Agent 3000, okay, you'll notice that they have a Facebook marketing tutorial on the left. If you have their CRM, there is a way for you to connect to the Facebook ad so that any person who fills out that form will automatically be saved as a contact in your CRM in Agent 3000. It's part of an upgrade, but it might be worth it just to save yourself the headache of trying to find where that information ends up in Facebook. Because you have to go hunting through your ad center to find that information. But you would create your own form. So I have quite a few that have been created, okay? Or you can click on Create New Form. You're going to name your form. You can customize the form text with a headline and a description. You can select what information you would like to ask them for. So are we going to ask for their email and phone number? If you expand this, you can ask for their address, date of birth, gender, job title, company name. You can even add a short answer question. You can have the form available in multiple languages. So I can create one in English, come back, create one in Spanish, come back, create one in Portuguese and Italian, in any language that is prominent in the market where I work. And if you want to, if you know that there's a certain influx of customers in your area and you want to target, we have a lot of global investors, you want to target or send an ad or have an ad run in those countries, you can create these forms in those languages and then have it set up to run that ad in that country. Just an idea. There's tons of different ways to use this. But they're going to go ahead and when they click on your ad, as you can see, they're going to see the ad, they're going to click on it, they're going to fill in their contact information, they'll see the privacy policy, and then it'll give them a thank you for filling it out. Okay, and then you can click on next. And this is where you would design what you would want the button to say on the ad. You can say that you're a special ad category, so we can go ahead and say housing. We have our audience. So the ads are all pretty much organized the same way, the setup. We have our duration, your total budget, where it's being placed. And then on the right-hand side, you have your preview, your estimated daily results, and then payment information, of course. Okay, and then you click on Promote Now, and it'll go off. Now, when you click on Promote Now, or you click on Promote Boost, what'll happen is it'll go off to Facebook. Facebook will review it. If it is approved, it will run. If it has not been approved and it is rejected, they will let you know. Either way, you'll get a notification. If it's approved, you'll be notified, and if it's rejected, you'll be notified. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Facebook Marketplace. Okay, and your options for Facebook Marketplace is usually for your rentals. And HomeSnap introduced this feature where it will integrate rentals into Facebook Marketplace automatically. Again, it starts with your broker. So your broker must allow this. And then once they've allowed this, 24 hours later, your rental listings or the rental listings for the office will roll over into Facebook Marketplace. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just share this with you in the chat. Okay. I'm actually going to share 3 articles or 3 blog posts that HomeSnap had. So they've got what to do now that certain popular services are charging $9.99 a week per listing per rental. What are your alternatives? And what they have found is that any MLS that opts into using Facebook Marketplace through HomeSnap, which again starts with your broker, they're seeing 9.8 times a 9.8 times increase in free leads and a 4.3 times increase in views per rental. So they're seeing increased activity basically. And again, it will roll over automatically, but your broker has to basically opt into it, and then the rental listings for the office will roll over into Facebook Marketplace. If your broker is not doing it and your broker would rather not do it, you can come in and manually add in your rentals. You can also do it for sales. So there is an icon for Facebook Marketplace up at the top. I'm going to click on it. Okay, on the left-hand side, I would click on create a new listing. Are we listing an item for sale, a vehicle for sale, a home for sale, or rent, or a job opening? Well, we're going to be working with home for sale or for rent. Let me give it a second. Now, I will say, for some strange reason, when you go to do this on your desktop, so right now I'm on my laptop, it only allows me to post as if I were posting from my personal account. But if I do this through the mobile application, I can post it on behalf of my business page. Okay, I don't know why. It used to be where you could decide which identity you wanted to use to post to Marketplace when you were on the web-based, so on the computer or on a laptop. But now it's only available when you are on the mobile app. It is very bizarre. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump on my mobile device, because if I'm going to post rentals and sales, I'm going to want to do that on behalf of my business page, right? So I'm going to go ahead and jump and switch over. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you should see my mobile device. What I did is at the bottom of the screen, there's the little Facebook Marketplace icon. I tapped on that. And now in the top left, right beneath the word Marketplace, it says sell. So I would tap on sell, and the same categories that you saw when we were on the computer, on the laptop, are what we see now at the bottom of the screen. Are we going to list an item for sale, a vehicle, a home for sale or for rent, or a job? We are listing a home for sale or for rent. Now, if your broker has opted into this HomeSnap option that I described, we are not going to do this. Facebook only allows 1 listing per property. They will remove duplicates. So just be mindful of that. Now, if you notice at the top of the screen, I can choose from any of my personal account or the business pages that I am admin for. I can't do that on the computer. We used to be able to. Facebook removed it. I don't know why. I don't know when it's coming back, but if you really wanted to post a Facebook Marketplace on behalf of your business page, I would highly recommend you do it through the mobile app. And the photos of the listing are usually on your cell phone anyway. Right beneath the selection of the business page, there's a spot to add your pictures. You can add up to 50. You can choose where it says home for sale or rent. I can say for sale or for rent, so I can differentiate. I can add in a title. Rental type, is it an apartment, a house, or a townhouse? Bedrooms, bathrooms, price per month, rental address. You can also keep the rental address private. So there is, in fine print, it says here, keep rental address private. We won't show the exact address. The exact address helps us verify and list your property so that renters can find it, and you can change this choice. So you enter the exact rental address, but if you don't want people to just drive up to it, you can say keep it private. It will show them the result if that's the area they're looking in, but they wouldn't see the exact location of the rental listing. You have your property description. You already have remarks for your listing, so go ahead and copy in your remarks. You have advanced details, which are all optional, which include square footage, the date that it's available, the length of the lease, laundry, parking, air conditioning, heating. Is it cat, dog friendly? You can add amenities. If I tap on see all, they have amenities or the most commonly used amenities, and all you have to do is tap on them to add them. Okay. And then you would tap on next in the top right corner, finalize the process, and put it on Facebook Marketplace. When you put it on Facebook Marketplace, just like you're responsible for changing the statuses of your listings on the MLS, you are responsible for taking it down from Facebook Marketplace and anywhere else you may have posted it if it is no longer available. Okay. So when you add things into Facebook Marketplace or post about them on social media, once it has been rented or sold or that status changes, please remember to go back and archive or delete those posts just to avoid confusion and just to avoid problems. Let me switch over to Instagram. All right. So if I wanted to create an advertisement on Instagram, here is my Instagram business account. I am in my profile. So at the bottom right, I tapped on my picture or on that small circle where your picture or your profile picture appears. You're going to find your post. For Instagram, you do have to post first. Once you have posted, you're going to tap on that post, and it's basically like boosting a post on Facebook. You're going to tap on promote. So if you notice, this is something that I posted on Tuesday. Here's the blue button that says promote. I tap on promote. Okay, I want to promote as my business account, continue. So once you have clicked or tapped on that button, it will ask you to select a goal. Is it to increase visitors coming to your profile? Is it to increase the traffic to your website? Is it to get more messages? Okay, let's say I want more messages. I tap on next. Remember that you are always going to, there's a disclaimer, you're always going to announce or declare to Facebook, to Instagram that you are a special ads category. So where it says special requirements, we tap and we are going to select the housing option. It does automatically create your audience. Okay, and your audience cannot be edited. So we can edit it a little more in Facebook, but not so much here on Instagram. I tap next. I set my budget. This is a daily budget, and I set my duration. So how much do I want to spend per day? How many days do I want this ad to run? At the top, as it stands right now at $5 a day for 6 days, it would run for $30 over a period of 6 days. I tap on next. Okay, I can preview my promotion. So let me go ahead and show you. This is what it would look like in Instagram as just part of a feed. So it would be one of the ads that people see as they're scrolling through their feed. This is what it would look like on Instagram stories. There you go, with a send message button at the bottom. This is what it would look like if people are in the explore section, which is the magnifying glass. Your destination for messages would be your business account. So there's my username for my professional account. My audience, I couldn't edit. Remember, as a special ads category, you're limited to begin with, and you cannot edit or modify it here the way that you can on Facebook. You have your budget and duration, and then your form of payment. You tap on create promotion, and off it goes for approval. Now remember that if you have your Facebook business page and your Instagram professional account linked, when you create an ad, if you noticed, I pointed it out, it will run on Facebook and Instagram. So if you do want to tailor that audience and it's something that it's a non-negotiable, you want to make sure that you can work with that, I would always do it through Facebook Ad Center and then let it run on Facebook and Instagram that way. Okay. And that's it. We've reached the end of today's class, and we have reached the end of the social media marketing series. Remember that we have our recordings available on youtube.com/Miami Trainers. And we also have the recordings on Miami Realtors Live. If you come up with any questions as you start to work with these ads and the creation of ads on Facebook, or you're working with Marketplace, etc., please feel free to reach out to us. Remember that Connie shared the information, but you can always reach the trainers@miamire.com. You can also see or access links to our social media, our YouTube channel, etc. if you go to miamirealtors.com/trainers. Thank you to those of you who attended. If you have any questions, let us know. And thank you so much for being Miami members.